This is another lesson in the New Testament is Fake series for January 25th, 2022, titled High Sabbath Day. I'll read from Leviticus chapter 23, verse 5 to 6. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. So that's the first month on the 14th day. That's Passover. Verse 6, and on the 15th day of the same month, so the next day after Passover, is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. So the feast of unleavened bread is the next day. Let's look at Jesus' death. Let's go over to John chapter 19, verse 14 and 31. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he saith unto the Jews, Behold your king. Verse 31. So they had already killed him. Then verse 31. The Jews therefore, because it was the preparation that the bodies should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. The whole story here is basically saying that they wanted to remove the body because the next day was a high Sabbath day, not a regular weekly Sabbath. So Jesus died, then they did not want his body to remain there on the high Sabbath day that was following, the feast of unleavened bread. So you got Passover and the feast of unleavened bread. So you got Jesus dying at a time when what's on people's minds of the Israelites is Passover and a high Sabbath day that must be observed. The feast of unleavened bread. They would travel to Jerusalem to worship, to come before the Lord. So this was a really big thing. They had to treat this day special. And this is the time that the New Testament writers want you to accept that God planned to have his so-called son Jesus die. In the middle of all this great observance in Israel, everybody has to come before the Lord for that high Sabbath day. This is a special day. If they are coming before the Lord, this means they are traveling, which means they are alive. And they are coming to participate in more life, the life of God. Now, if the Israelites at the time of the New Testament really did believe that Jesus was their Messiah and that Jesus was the life of God for the nation, why was he dying at this time? Why would God have him killed at this time? Answer for yourself, because your teachers do not want to discuss this with you. That's why you can go years without them ever addressing this kind of stuff. How can your Lord be dead at the time of a life-giving high Sabbath? a life-giving high Sabbath day, and your Lord will be dead at that time? The New Testament is fake. How can your God be dead on a high day of any kind? Preparation day, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, high Sabbath day. And this is when Jesus checks out. He checks himself right into death. It does not make any sense at all. If you were waiting for Rambo to come and rescue you, and the morning when he's supposed to leave to come and rescue you, he gets out all kinds of alcohol and drugs and starts to have a party and drink himself drunk and gets high and has to just pass out and sleep it off and so on, so that he cannot be available at the time, the morning when you should be rescued. Would that sit well with you? If he checks out of the game, checks out of the whole plan, the rescue plan, right when it's supposed to happen. But Jesus came to give you life, and on a life-giving high day, high holy day, Jesus is extracted from life. And you say this is God's plan? Your God goes into death on a feast day that celebrates the life of Israel with God. This makes no biblical sense. For one reason only. That reason is the New Testament is fake. The Lock Emmett channel, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon.